See, this is what you don't know, is every day I try and do the best I can for you, and I get this lawsuit, his lawsuit, Hector Solis lawsuit, and it's becoming very, very difficult to run for office. It's becoming very, very difficult to continue to do my business. And, of course, you know, I ask, is it worth it? I mean, is it really worth running for office if this is going to continue to happen? They're just starting. You know, this is going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. I'm just trying to get ready for my show. And at any minute, a deputy is going to walk in the door and serve me papers. You're going to see... I mean, the question becomes, you know, how much can you take of this? And what are you going to do? I mean, should I keep doing it or should I bow out? I mean, I've made promises to people. Hell with it. Let's keep going. I decided to hell with it. The deputy's going to be here any minute. So, what is this lawsuit anyway? I knew about that one already. We already knew about that lawsuit. I'm going to... Oh, boy. It's Woodford Reserve. Little apple juice. It's the only time I get any vitamin C around here. The deputy's going to be here any minute to serve me papers. And I'm a nervous wreck about it. Now, you may have heard that on occasion I enjoy a cigar and a little... I mean, this stuff here, are you sure this is straight? They're going to serve me any minute. They're going to serve me because City Hall is going to do all they can to keep us from reporting the truth. They're going to do all they can to keep me from running for office. And I got to tell you, it's only inspired me to do a little bit more. Hey, they don't call this the Liberty Lounge for nothing. Now, I don't know who the deputy is that's going to be coming in here, but at any minute I'm going to get served. And I got to tell you a little bit about the lawsuit itself, because I go through this every day. Every day I deal with it the same way. Tomorrow night's a debate. Just in case they don't have any fresh pictures of me with a cigar and some booze. You know, I want to make sure. This, it's an Oliva. I love Oliva. It's just a mild cigar. It's a great afternoon cigar, you know. So, I got to tell you, it's not easy. It's really not easy here at the Liberty Lounge, waiting for the deputies to show up. Here's a lawsuit. This is the cease and desist letter. Hector has sent me the cease and desist letter. To whom it may concern, here's the verification that Hector retired from the Federal Bureau of Prisons. All right, let's look at that first. Look at this. Does that look like a professional letter? Ha! So I don't know. All right, so let's see here. Correction, apology, Department of Justice. Bureau of... This is about the Department of Justice. I don't see what I'm looking for. I see an email with some big letters from Hector's friend here, is what I see. Yes, the letter is official and accurate with the exception of the retirement date. You know, that's kind of a big deal. When you have, my DD-14 has an actual date that I finished service. I mean, you know, it was a real date on there. All I want is something with an accurate date, you know. But here I am, buried in legal papers, waiting for the deputy to show up to serve me, which can happen at any time. Do you guys go through this at your job? Now, I got to tell you, federal law enforcement officers, here's what I get sent. What a federal law organization chart, Bureau of Prisons. It's like scope and hello, sir. Come on in. I'm doing a live stream, and I let them know I was a nervous wreck that I was being served papers. So the camera's not on you, though, sir. Good. All right, I'm being served from Hector Che Solis, and I'm a nervous wreck about it. And so I am doing the best I can to cope right before I do my Pensacola radio show. Do I have to sign anything? Okay. You see what I go through for you? And a little apple juice and a carrot stick and things all of a sudden are a lot better. So in 30 minutes, I've got to set this aside and focus on the radio show. But what I'm getting here from Hector, a bunch of stuff telling me that, thank you, sir. I appreciate it very much. All right, I have now been served. I have been served by Hector Solis, a summons for personal service on an individual. Thank you, sir. A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have 20 calendar days from this summons to file a written response. Let's see what some of the stuff he says in here is. Citizens for a new PCB. Citizens for a new PCB is involved. All right. Let's see what else is in here. Solis runs for city council. Solis is elected. Attacks intensify. Stolen law enforcement valor. Bernie Thompson continued to falsely assert that Solis had not been a federal law enforcement officer. Thompson's crusade. On a regular basis, Thompson touted his journalistic credentials. Solis posts verification of career. Actually, he never did. His friends did on Facebook. Now, if any of you asked me if I ever served in the Air Force, I'd say, come take a look at my wall. There's some pictures over here. There's a whole bunch of stuff around here. And you can see my DD-214. I'm not going to say, hey, Miss Sarah Moon, can you post something for me? With an inaccurate date. What else is on here? Cease and desist. Subsequently, Thompson failed to correct his false statements that Solis was never a federal law enforcement officer. Count 1, libel per se. Count 2. There's 2 counts. Count 2, slander per se. Injury to Solis and damages. Thompson has defamed, libeled, and slandered Solis at a level that few have endured. He says, few have endured this. Thompson did this to boost his fortunes. Boy, and I got a lot of fortunes, right? Of his faltering internet radio show at the expense of Solis. He did this with exceptionally crude and malicious intent and reckless disregard for the truth. This is what Councilman Solis says. I was just served this just now. I'm sitting here trying to cope with a barrage of lawsuits. Well, I forgot how good Woodford Reserve is. It's what keeps me sterile. It helps with the diverticulosis. See, it keeps the pipes sterile. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. All right, injury to Solis and damages. Here is how bad Solis has been hurt, according to this lawsuit I was just served just now. Over a 2-year period, Solis has been compared to a Marxist revolutionary murderer almost daily. Now, a lot of college kids and Democrats like to wear Che Guevara's t-shirts. He's real popular among the left, which is where I think Hector resides. But all of a sudden, he doesn't like it. Has been accused of committing felonies. I've done that. Simply asking questions is now a felony. And has had his entire 29 career in public service law enforcement reduced to that of a grass cutter. Thompson has plastered pictures of Solis all over the internet with stolen valor, a crime for those who have pretended to serve our country and are trying to enrich themselves. There is no other example that we could find that would be a clearer campaign to defame an individual through the use of a powerful and geographically widespread means available to him. Now here's the kicker. These damages to Solis are irreparable, as what has been seen and heard cannot be unseen and heard. Solis's name, reputation, and career have been damaged. This is what the lawsuit says. I'm buried in legal papers here. Oh, boy. Then there's, here's the letter. Here's the letter that he says proves that he was a federal law enforcement officer. You ready for this? This letter serves as verification that Hector M. Solis retired from the Federal Bureau of Prisons under law enforcement provisions. Under law enforcement provisions is different than being a law enforcement officer, which is what he claims. And I keep asking for verification. Now it says here that Hector Solis retired on December 31st, 2017. I am supposed to take this that his friend posted on Facebook, and I'm supposed to accept this as verification, an official document from the benefits unit that told me they don't do employment verification, that says I'm supposed to accept this. This is supposed to suffice, that says he retired 13 weeks ago. Forgive me, it doesn't suffice. That's all. Anyway, I really wanted you to be with me while I was waiting to be served the notice to appear in court, or whatever the hell it is. What is it? I got to talk to my lawyers about this. I should have consulted with my lawyers before I did anything like this. Shoot. I could be in more trouble. My luck, my lawyers will sue me. That's my luck. Oh, man. Have you ever had